Welcome back from that break. We are glad that you're still watching Science at Breakfast with me, Alan Hubbard, and sign language interpreter this morning is Jedida Wafula. It is inclusion one-on-one, and we are taking the conversation of inclusion to a whole new level. Today, probably you've never seen men in uniform on TV. Probably he is the first that you're going to be seeing on TV. But what we're talking about particularly is security inclusion. How are people with disabilities included in the security one apparatus of the country? But also, how are the police working towards making sure that they give services to people with disabilities when they go to seek justice? Either they are aggrieved or they are in the wrong. And I'll be sharing a funny, it would sound funny, but I felt sad when I was told that particular statement, but I will be sharing it. And if you are just joining us, do engage with us on our social media platforms at Science TV Kenya, at the Alan Hubbard, hashtag ZA, hashtag Science Breakfast, hashtag the Alan Hubbard. Without further ado, karibu sana studio, and kindly introduce yourself.
Yes, kwa majina naitwa Philemon Okach. I work with National Police Service.
Yes.
At National Police Training College.
Yes.
A campus. Yes, as an instructor.
Yes. You are an instructor, so you teach the people who go out to protect the people.
Yes, we train the new officers.
Yes.
And also we train the promotional courses. Yes, in different ranks.
Yeah. Allow me, Mr. Okach, to go a little bit personal. When we look at police, when I was young, I was very afraid of the police. Yeah, and probably the people who are still afraid of the police, they see a police officer, they take off. Could you paint a picture of how a life of a policeman or a life of the man of the uniform, how does it look like, so that we can create that relation? Because sometimes we might think, wow, tu ni watu wa bunduki. But could you paint that kind of a picture, that besides the responsibility that are bestowed upon you, there is a human behind that uniform. How does a day look like?
Yes, it's just a matter of the negative attitude towards members of the public has toward the police officer.
Yeah.
But remember, in your own life, these are the people. They are husbands.
Yes.
They are pastors. They are just human like any other person.
Yes.
But because we put on uniform, but you are not putting on uniform.
Yeah.
That's why when I walk, even if you ask any member of the public, for example, now we walk with you, you ask them, umekutana nani hapo kwa barabara? They will tell you that nimekutana na polisi moja na wanaume ngapi?
Wawili. Yeah.
They presume that police officer, they are not normally what human beings. But wanasemanga ya kwamba nimekutana mtu mmoja na askari ngapi?
Wawili. Yeah.
So it's my plea to the members of the public.
Yeah.
Wajue ya kwamba sisi pia huwa tunakuanga askari.
Yeah.
But because of the circumstances sometimes wewe mwenyewe umefanya makosa.
Yeah.
Nikikuja utasema ya kwamba askari ni wabaya. So sometimes we need to have these people in board so that we can move together.
Yeah.
Yes.
And probably to interrogate, I was about to use the word interrogate, and then I'm like, oh, you cannot use the word interrogate on a police officer, but probably to interrogate the answer that you've given a little bit. Where do you think these misconceptions come from? Why is there a fear? Why do people fear the police? Because if people fear the service or the police, then they will not go forth to the police, kupeleka, to take their grievances. Where do you think the problem starts at? Is it the police in terms of public relations, you are not doing so well, or is it that the public has just decided how watu wanakuwaga wabaya?
Vile nilisema ya kwanza ya kwamba the negative attitudes, our behaviors, especially members of the public, wao wakikutana na askari, vile wana behave. Nikuelezea kwamba tukikutana na wewe wanasema kwamba nimekutana na nani? Askari. That negative perception. Ya pili, the tradition. ulikuwa unapata za kwamba kitambo tulikuwa tunaitwa force. But now we are here to serve.
Yeah.
To offer our service to the members of the public. Yes, that's the main thing.
Yeah.
So let's get out from the force. Ile mlikuwa mmezoea.
Yeah.
Askari ni
force yeah.
But let us turn back to what the service. There's always one word I normally use.
Yeah.
Now as a police officer, we normally use word than a gun. Because nikitumia word, nikikuleza tafadhali toka hapo. It's more important.
Yeah.
But we mwenyewe nikikuleza hivyo utasema huyu askari ni kama hakuna kitu anafanya. Wakenya wamezoea force. Because
you've used to seeing the man in the uniform and a gun.
Yes.
That's the only time the uniform is complete.
Yes.
A Kenyan would, because there is, I don't know if I'm right or wrong, there is a bit of secrecy in training a police officer and recruiting a police officer. Could you give us in a shell, how does it look when police officers are being recruited, and what does the training look like?
All right, pertaining recruitment is there within the National Police Service Act.
Yeah.
Yes, many Kenya, they should just go to, when you look at the procedures, it must be fair.
Yeah.
Yes. Even the constitutions. When you read the chapter 6 of the Kenyan Constitution, it's leadership and integrity. Go there, utapata ya kwamba it's all include vile askari wenyewe wanafaa recruit wapi?
Recruit. Yeah.
Yes.
And the training, how does the training look like?
The training is very good. Yes, now we have the professional.
Watu hawawezi kukimbia, mlisema wasikue polisi.
Lazima ukimbie. Lazima ukimbie.
Yeah.
Yes. And you must be physically fit.
Yeah.
Yes.
And talking about physically fit, and because we are talking about inclusion one-on-one, and you are from a trainer perspective, where do you think that inclusion would start to include people with disabilities? Probably, it must not sound as a big ask, but how do you think that people with disabilities could be included in the service?
Well, in the service,
yes.
I may give you just an example. It has just started within the NYS.
Yes.
Recently, you come on, we watch, we have some persons with disability who are going to do in NYS.
Yeah.
Hopefully, if you are fit,
yeah,
you may join the service. Yes. But
so,
hopefully, even my commander, in my immediate boss,
yes,
IG Afande Kamau,
yes,
who and encourage.
Yes.
Yes. Even the last course, we had the place, we set up place for persons with disability.
Yes.
So that they can may just come and watch how the police parade are normally done.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's why I'm here. Yes.
No, and what measures then has the police service put in place to make sure that your services are inclusive to different people with disabilities?
Number one, 2018.
Yes.
I was among the first group to be sponsored by the government.
Yes.
The National Police Service, including with in conjunction with National Council for Persons with Disability.
Yes.
To be trained on ways to handle persons with disability. And we are around 168 police officers. And many of them attended sign language course, Kenyan Sign Language course.
Yes.
That's why I'm here too.
Very passionate about it. But then also somebody will be watching and saying that inclusion would not be sign language alone. How are you looking to incorporate other disabilities? Because different disabilities get to be interacted with differently. This is something that after going through the training with the National Council, this is definitely something that you are aware of. How are you looking to make the inclusion more diverse, not only to a particular disability?
All right. In 2019 again.
Yes.
When the CEO of the Sign TV visited me in the National Police College, there's one word he told me, that Philemon, if we will continue on dwelling with one group of persons with disability, that's the time when I decided to come on to look into some difficulties or problem where these other group of people, they are facing towards police officers. And I'm very glad.
Yeah.
When I visited Wahai Festival recently, we interacted with these people, and it was very. I see most of the challenges, and there were a lot of questions they were asking me pertaining when askari. Sai ukinishika na vile niko kwa wheelchair. Nimefanya makosa. Yes, nimefanya makosa. Utaniweka kwa gari namna gani? Those are some of the questions. Waliniuliza nikiwa Wahai Festival. Ile ilikuwa ilifanyika Masinde Muliro. So wakati nilikuja nilijiuliza, yes, this is something we need to look into. And again, I've been given that opportunity by my immediate boss. At least huwa tunafundisha askari jinsi wanaweza all these persons who included at least wakiwa wamefika kwa police station wanaweza fanya kazi yao nzuri. Yes.
And I like the point that you've brought, that a wheelchair user asked you. And I remember I think I was having a conversation with other law enforcement officers, and they were like, just because you think you're a person with albinism, you cannot be arrested. Tutakushika sai tukupeleke Central. How the police have been not sio kama mshukiwa, but I've visited people at police stations, and when you look at how our police stations sometimes are set up, you wouldn't say that they are conducive to accommodate people with disabilities. Definitely, a police cell might not be something that you would say it has to be conducive, but if I have broken the law, just as the person asked you, what mechanisms do you think that could be put in place to make sure that mtu akienda, if they are blind or visually impaired, and if they are deaf, they are not able to communicate? Yes, the officer will handle them with care because they have been trained a bit of sign language, but where they are going to be locked up, how is them being in that particular place going to happen? What are some of the things that the police service is looking to do to make sure at least the cells themselves are also accessible? Kishika mtu wa wheelchair, hautamwachilia juu ako kwa wheelchair kwa sababu amefanya makosa, lakini ukimfikisha polisi pia his rights kama mshukiwa tena hazifai kuwa violated just because hawezi kumaccommodate in a cell.
Alright, number one, ilikuelezea kwamba it's a part of the training.
Yes.
Whereby I really appreciate. Number two, again, we are trying to move into all these police stations. Like now, if you come to National Police Training College, even the toilets, the RAM are there. When we start within the college, especially the National Police Training College, there after we move to this police station, they will be able to understand wakati this person with disability amefanya makosa, atawekwa kwa cell gani. Yes, that's the question. Again, under that question again, it will depend on the crime yule mtu amefanya makosa gani. Because we have different types of offenses. Whereby some offenses wanaweza kuwa bail out, wanaweza pewa bond. So wakati umepewa bond, hata anaweza fika pale alizea kwamba because of the condition of this person, and kuna anaweza pewa bail or bond, kuna mtu anaweza kumsimamia on behalf, anaweza liswa fine namna gani, provided that I will escape.
Provided that I will escape. Interesting there. And I want us to take a break, and when we come back, we understand the country right now is in a state that not every Kenyan probably is proud of. How would you think that the police service could, because we have seen how the riots have been, how do you think that the police service would be mindful of people with disability who might find themselves not probably as rioters? We have to put it as it is. Probably they are rioting as well, but probably somebody is deaf, they do not even know. Because yesterday I think I was asking one of my colleagues, and I'm like, police are throwing tear gas left, right and center, protesters are running up and down. How have you come from your home to here to work? Don't you feel afraid that something might happen to you? And she was like, you have to leave everything to God. If a riot is ongoing and there is many people like her in that particular setting. What measures are the police thinking about to make sure that probably their lives are not even endangered more than they are already endangered?
All right. Some of the things we need to do.
Yes.
All this burden lies with the Council for Persons with Disability. Why? They are people who make the policies pertaining inclusivity.
Yeah.
Especially there's a time when I attended a course within the National Council for Persons with Disability.
Yes.
There are some of the approaches. They might say that they offer courses, but when they cannot come to the station and look, he said in they should support even what the police stations. Wasemwelezea kwamba hapa tunataka ikae hivi. Hapa, for example, I may use again a person using a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Amekuja police station. We don't have a ramp. Ama tuko na stairs. Nitambeba as a police officer? No,
probably not.
Na ni mama. Sitambeba. Nitaangalia mbinu zote, niangalie at least nimfikishe wapi hapo kwa hapo ndani. Sometimes again sisi wenyewe ukiangalia the situation saa hii wewe mwenyewe tumekutana nawe hapa leo. Unaweza kuwa umefanya makosa. I do not understand the culture of you people. But now again, I myself, utalamu police officer, we are finding ameniaras. But the culture
has not been taught to you.
Ujakuja kwa police station, unaweza fanya usifanye hii. Ujakuja. And hata wakati umekuwa arrested, ujaleza fande according to our culture. Mimi I nifanye hii 1, 2 or 3. Ujakuja kutuelezea.
But sometimes police ukiwa kwa makosa they just rough you up, hata hauna time ya kujieleza.
No. Usichukue that negative. It will depend again. Most we have smart wanasema smart police officers. Smart. Hata kuna wengine utawapata hata kwa barabara. Hapana, wacha huyu afanye namna gani? Aende. But the problem of the members of the public, for example, tuko na kwa line, tunataka tupande gari. Nimeelezana kwamba hapana, wacha huyu boss afanye namna gani?
Apite kwanza.
The negative attitude ile watasema amepewa kitu kidogo. But I was helping you from my inner heart. Nimeangalia kwamba hapa mali imefika. Huyu wacha afanye namna gani? Aende wa kwanza. Ama some members of the tuliza, wewe unamsaidia kama nani? So with the disability is not a matter of police work. We need your partner. Yes. Because when you look at again the Constitution of Kenya, chapter 14 about the objective and function of the National Police Service. I'll go to just the last. It's not said that to foster and promote broader relationship with the members of what? The public. How should we do this? It's through community policing. It's through mainstreaming. It's through training. That's where we can at least we can include all members, all persons with disability to work closely with the National Police Service.
So you basically bring the ball back to not only the National Council for People with Disabilities, but also to the organizations of people with disabilities. Can they come to the police service and mainstream with you and say, if you find, say, a person with cerebral palsy, or you find a person with albinism, or you find a person who is deaf, or a person who is blind, this and this is what you're supposed to do for you to be able to offer services to them. That is basically what you're saying.
Yes, that's the truth. Yes, because like us, the first training we are undergo, it's about the Kenyan Sign Language. What about Braille? They're just quiet. They're just quiet. Wanasema kwamba hiyo kazi ni nani? Askari. Because wana presume ya kwamba these people, they cannot commit a crime. They cannot be a witness before the court of law. Wana presume ya kwamba watu ni si watu yetu. Askari nilivyo kusema kwamba sisi pia ni binadamu. If you advise me, ukinielezea kwamba Philemon, this is now what we want to do. tufanye hii, we can organize even what for a workshop. Unakuja tu unaongea na askari.
Yeah.
I've never seen person with the albinism wakuja pale hata within the police station kama kwamba we want to talk with the police officer in my life.
Yeah.
Hakuna. Ile kitu tunasikia askari akifanya makosa, hiyo makosa yote sasa
itakuwa kwa askari.
Itakuwa kwa askari. Ati huyu askari ndio anafanya namna gani? Ndiye amefanya.
Yeah.
Recently kuna jambo kwa tunaongea na the hidden disability.
People with autism.
Yes, the hidden disability.
Yeah.
Askari amepata jamaa amelala kwa along the street. Kuamsha, wewe amka, enda nyumbani. Jamaa amka ameanza kupigana na askari. At long last askari ametumia force.
Yeah.
Whom should we blame?
The askari has not been mainstream to know that, to be told that if somebody reacts this way, probably they have an invisible disability. And this is how you should handle him or her.
Yes. That's the problem. Yeah.
But the biggest solution here is mainstreaming, as you're putting it. Beyond mainstreaming, what other things do you think that we could do in collaboration to make sure that that relationship is truly built between the police service and people of the public, and as we're speaking now, particularly persons with disabilities? Besides mainstreaming, what other mechanisms could we use?
Number one, mainstreaming.
Yeah.
Number two, when you look at recently the OI festival,
yes,
if you can include even the police officers, I was there,
yeah,
in person. That festival alone, the interaction, the sports. We have a sport pertaining person with disability versus the National Police Service team.
yeah.
Even one of my friend last week part one asked me, Philemon, most of the time huwa tunakuona ukiwa unashughulika na watu wa person with disability. Why don't you even organize a team,
Yeah,
with the person with disability, hata kama ni darts, wakuja wacheze hapa.
yeah.
At least our maskati wajue even this person with disability they can do something.
And that's how you start creating relationships, so that when you meet them in the society, you're like, we mtu tulicheza naye that. Let me start a conversation with them.
That will be the best thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. And as we're coming to the close of this conversation, currently, and this is a question that I had posed before we went for the break, currently the country is in a bit of unrest of the Mandamano Mondays and what is going on in the country currently. There's so many people, just as the example that you've provided. Somebody was sleeping on the street. He was woken up, started to fight with a police officer. We cannot clearly say probably had a hidden disability, but such situations could come up and that person has a hidden disability. In the process of unrest, what do you think, or what would be the stand of the police officers to make sure that they are not harming people, or who are not even a part of the demonstrations? Not to put a lot of weight onto the police officers, but also it is the responsibility of the police officers to make sure that they protect people's property and also they protect people in the long run. How can a balance be struck?
Yes, pertaining, we normally call it riot or unlawful. It may be unlawful assembly,
yeah,
or lawful what? Assembly.
Yeah.
We may call them both. But number one, when any riots before it starts,
yeah,
there's normally what we call the Miranda. The Americans normally call them the Miranda warning, whereby you inform,
yeah,
members of the public to disperse immediately.
Yeah.
But most of the time utapata ya kwamba the crowd, but katikati yao hatutaweza kuwa na askari.
Yeah.
Again, this thing again lies to members of the public. For example, tulikuwa na deaf hapo ndani.
Yeah.
Haja understand. This is the person should hold the hand of that deaf.
Yeah.
Amwelezea kwamba hapa kuna kitu inaendelea. ama hata kama kuandika tu, because most of the people wanaweza andika, atasema kwamba mimi sijui ile kitu inaendelea, akiandika chini, the person next to him should undo this person, because ukitukeja askari, itakuwa after the worst thing has happened.
Now that's when you will realize, there's
somebody here. So, but what we know, I can say again, pertaining the anxiety in the country. Ukiwa, yes, tafadhali ukipata kwa njia mbaya, but don't move. Usema kwamba wewe naenda mahali fulani. Why do you want to blame the police officer at long last? Yes.
So if something is happening, please do not just stay at home. Postponed.
And all these people, wanaweza saidiwa na their family members.
Be communicated to. There is something that is happening, please do not
move. Si ati ni askari. Because mimi saa zingine naweza tolewa, for example, college. Nimetumwa hapa ndani. Mimi hakuna mtu nimejua hapa.
Utafanya tu kazi yako.
Wewe mwenyewe umenirushia mawe. The next thing they find namna gani?
Tear gas.
To disperse the rioters. So saa zingine wewe mwenyewe plus the family members inafaa usaidia nani?
Nasaidia the person with disability.
The responsibility still belongs to us all. Not police officers. But if you can include them together, unakuja pale unaeleza Filimon hapa tufanye ABCD. I hope at the end of the day to achieve.
And as we're winding up, this is the last question. Persons with disabilities have found themselves in situations where they have not accessed justice, where their property has been vandalized or their property has been taken away from them. And you would hear that, sini mlemavu, hakuna kitu atafanya, hezi enda polisi. In such situations, and also I've had a number of people with disabilities who went to a police station and they are not really heard. They sided, as it is put, they sided with the perpetrator who perpetrated a case against this person with disability. What can be done that people with disability now can really start appreciating the law mechanisms that are in place, and also make sure that from a police service point of view, there is proper access to justice for people with disabilities. And also a sad state, you'd find that many young girls with disabilities have been sexually abused. But because they do not, sometimes they lack that confidence to go even to the police station. And also they would go there and still they'll be discriminated and stigmatized. So justice never really gets out. On these two fronts, what do you think could be done and basically give a vote of confidence for the police service so that people with disabilities can come to you and seek justice?
Under that point, I'm going to give you 5 main what we should do.
Yes.
Number 1, you and I, you must be able to define yourself. How? You must be, whom am I? Yes, I'm a police officer. Who are my people? It's you. The same to you. Lazima ujiulize, whom am I? Wewe ni nani?
Mimi ni Alan Hubbard.
Alan Hubbard. Unafanya wapi?
Nafanya kazi Science TV.
Science TV. Ni kitu gani unadipenda at least this person, wale mavu wakikuona pale mbele watasema yenyewe this guy there's something he's doing. That's number 1. Number 2, the legality and mainstreaming. I'm just coming again to the legality. The legal framework.
What does it say?
What does it say? I've just given you previous to that. When you look at National Person with Disability Act, number 14 of 2023, it has a lot of loopholes. Only we have around 5 offenses
that are mentioned.
Sahi, member of the public akutana wewe kwa barabara akunyang'anya hizo glasses, atastakiwa na makosa gani? Wewe huwezi ona. Amekutana blind, amechukua nini? White cane. Jamaa amekuwa stranded hapo. Atastakiwa na makosa gani? All this blame again will come back to the police officers. That's number 2.
Yeah.
Number 3, when you look at the training and mainstreaming,
yeah,
again matters a lot. It's upon the National Council for Persons with Disability. Plus you. That's why we got the answer. Whom am I and who are my people? Lazima tutoke kama sisi. Tuangalia kwamba this person with disability wakati wamekuja kwa police station. Not even police station alone. Kwa hospitali. Wamekuwa aras pale kwa hospitali. Mimi kama askari, what action should I take? Umeongea juu ya mambo ya some of the members of persons with disability wanakuwa harassed.
Yeah.
For example, when I was working in Omagbe,
yeah,
and that's why I started getting involved to persons with disability.
Yeah.
Kijana alifanya makosa and he was disabled.
Yeah.
Kwa sababu kuna mtu, I will not mention the name.
Yeah.
Vile alifanya makosa, jamaa aliinsist. Alisema kwamba huyu kijana lazima afungwe.
Yeah.
Wakati nilisimama na kijana nikamwambia, sikiza, I'm a police officer. You are the complainant.
Yeah.
Huyu tumemstaki, amestakiwa. Sema ile kitu uliona.
Yeah.
Wakati nilianza kuchukua the statement, jamaa alisema ni kama hao watu wamenifanya namna gani, wamenibribe. But it was very painful.
Yeah.
Mpaka ilifika mahali jamaa anasema kama ni pesa niko nayo. By good luck wale maaskari tulikuwa nao pale walisimama. Yeah. Not that this person was disabled. But wakati walifanya investigation yao.
Yeah.
Walisema hakuna ukweli iko hapa.
Yeah.
Jamaa demand for the payment.
Yeah.
Alikuwa mfanyikazi wa boma. Akaelezea kwamba we umeniibia.
Yeah.
So those are some of the challenges nyinyi mnapitia. But kwa sababu ya fear,
yeah,
tuko na uniform. Jamaa ametangulia kwa wapi?
Kwenda polisi.
Kwa police station. Amekuja. Na watu wanasema kwamba the first person yule amereport.
Yeah.
Huyo ndio kesi yake tunashughulika nini?
Nayo kwanza.
I see that's the training and mainstreaming.
Yeah.
Ya mwisho ni mambo ya community policing. To foster and promote good relationship. Tukiangalia mambo ya askari, it's a nice job. Yes. We have the experts. But kama tutoka nje, tuangalie mambo the accessibility. Attitudinal barrier ile tuko nayo kwamba nikienda kwa polisi ama askari watanifanya namna gani? Watanichapa. Mimi sasa hata kama tukienda na hapo ambassador Ken Banko hizo area.
Yeah.
Utapata nikifika, wasa yule ni yule askari huwa anakuja hapa kufanya kuinterpretia.
Yeah.
Wakiwa wamefanya makosa. So those are some of the things we need to do.
Yeah.
But then that lastly again, when you look at the sign language interpretations, there are some of the things they cannot interpret for the law. Because there are some of the offenses.
Yeah.
Mtu atasema ya kwamba mimi nimfanyia kitu fulani. Ukiuliza kidnapping. Can you for us kidnapping? Ndio amesign.
Yeah.
Yeye atajua.
Yeah.
Bulgari. Kuiba.
Yeah.
Those are some of the problems we have. I'm just giving up few.
Yeah.
But in real sense we have to look into this thing into deeper side. At least kila mtu akikuja kwa police station,
yeah,
aseme kwamba there's a person there, yule mtu amejua atanifanya maana atanisaidia,
atanipa huduma.
Yes.
What would be your closing remark as we're finishing the conversation this morning?
Yes, mine is just to thank Sign TV.
Yes.
Very much Sign TV. Kwa ile kazi wamenifanyia.
Yeah.
Yes. Hata mali nimefika hapa is through the Sign TV.
Yeah.
Because there are some of the things hata sikuwa na habari. Huwa nikikuja hapa wananiandika ile film unafanya hii. That's number one.
Yeah.
Number two, the office. National Police Training College Embakasi A campus.
Yeah.
Especially the commandant of that college. huwa ananipatia humble time.
Yeah.
Most of the time kama ni anything pertaining disability huwa ananielezea kwamba enda.
Yeah.
Lastly, pertaining the training huwa wananipatia that opportunity.
Yeah.
At least askari wajue A, B, C, D.
Yeah.
Yes, in sign language. And just requesting you, the why Kenya again.
Yeah.
May God bless them. Yes.
All right. Thank you very much, Officer Philemon there. And congratulations on the work that you're doing, because it is very important, and indeed there is a very big gap there that needs to be covered. I hope that you have been able to learn a thing or two. I never thought that police officers are this passionate, but Officer Philemon here has shown us that he is passionate, and also men of the uniform are very passionate. The only thing that you need to do is strike a conversation with them, and you'll be able to get services delivered to you. This is a conversation that we are having for the very first time. Definitely there is need for more to talk about, and we'll definitely be talking about and we'll be having such conversations more oftenly. Thank you very much for being a part of the show. I've been your host, Alan Hubbard, and sign language interpreter Jedida Wafula. Good morning.